A few months ago, I made a video ranking all of the Mii costumes of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. In that game, they are a great way to not only make custom characters, but also bring characters from other franchises into the game.
Travis Scott?
That was a pretty fun video to make, and that got me wondering what other games do I like also have Mii costumes that I could make a video on. Well, Mario Maker 2's got a lot. Oh, I already made a video on that. But that brings us to one of my other favorite games, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Due to Mii's being a playable character, they unsurprisingly have a few costumes. What was surprising though is that they actually added quite a few post-launch with the Booster Course Pass. There were 22, but 17 more got added totally out of nowhere. That brings us to a total of 39 different Mii costumes. But with so many Mii costumes, some are bound to be worse than others, so today I thought it'd be fun to rank all of the Mii costumes from the worst to the best. There are only two real criteria here. First is obviously how does it look. I mean, you don't want to look like a complete dork while driving, do you? Secondly is what the costume is referencing and how well it pulls it off. Most of the costumes are based on characters both on and off the main roster, so who the costume is representing and how they do it will be a big factor. With all that being said, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump right in. Alright, let's get the obvious last place out of the way, 39, the default costume. Technically this represents 12 entries at once since this is the only costume to change color based on the Mii, but I figure let's just bunch them all together. Being the default look, both the outfit and helmet are extremely basic. I guess while we're at it, I probably should mention that I don't really love the idea of the helmets. I 100% understand them being on some of the costumes, but in the case of the default, it just takes away from the Mii. Most of the time while you're driving, you're going to be staring at the back of your head, so every Mii is just going to look the same because it just has a big ol' helmet. They didn't even know I was playing as a Minecraft Steve Mii in this clip. Okay, I'm lying, that's pretty Fazbear. This criticism can be applied to every helmet, I guess, but it's especially bad with the default as I feel like you'd only choose it when trying to show off your Mii. But moving past that, let's get to the ones based on actual characters with 38, Rosalina. I don't like you. Yeah, rigged entry, but before you all comment saying I'm biased, every ranked video on YouTube is biased. They're all opinion based. Your comment literally means nothing. 37 Toad outfit. Alright, first off, I do not own a Toad amiibo, so unfortunately, this is one of the costumes I don't own. Even if I did have it though, this is pretty weak all things considered. The outfit's design really does not do anything too special to separate it from the default costume. One other major hurdle is the fact that Toad is a character that you can just play as, so this is an extraordinarily pointless outfit. They could have made it cool by having it change colors based on the Mii's since they forgot to give Toad different colors in this game, but sadly, no matter what, you're stuck being red. 36 Toadette outfit. Here's our first costume that actually came with the Booster Course Pass. The reason I point this out is because these 17 costumes actually have a unique property. While the other 22 all share the same animations with one another, each of these 17 costumes get a unique tricking animation and anti-gravity, which is a really cute touch that helped a lot of these costumes out. In this case though, it doesn't change my opinion too much. It's just trying to replicate Toadette's tricking animation, but that just leaves me questioning even harder, why not just play Toadette? The tricking animation is the reason it got to place above Toad though, so at least there's that. 35 Luigi outfit. Again, this is just another character that's on the roster. It also looks very close to the default outfit, which makes it pretty boring to choose. Also, why would you want to drive around with an L? That's just asking to lose. 34 Mario outfit. A lot of people like to joke about how no one likes to play as Mario in Mario spin-off games. But you must be one deranged individual to play as a Mario Mii. And listen, I like playing as Mario in Mario spin-off games. If Dry Bones isn't playable, Mario is my choice. But let's not kid ourselves, this is a boring outfit. Unsurprisingly, it's in a very similar boat to Luigi, though I think the helmet works a bit better in this case. I just think it looks more fitting as a racing helmet with no L's on the side and the big white stripe in the shape of an M. Even if it is an improvement over Luigi though, just play as Mario. 33 Animal Crossing outfit. Alright, well we've got one that's not based on a character. This is a really strange one as it's got a mostly original outfit and a helmet that's just speckled with icons from the Animal Crossing series. I guess it's cool that the helmet has ears now, but what animal is this supposed to be? This is just representing the vague idea of Animal Crossing despite both Villager and Isabelle being on the playable roster. If this was like Tom Nook or KK Slider, that'd be cool, but this just feels really bizarre. It doesn't even look that great, but at least it's pretty different from the default outfit. 32 Hylian outfit. Alright, here's another vague franchise-based suit. This time being the Zelda series, and right out of the gate, it looks a lot nicer. The yellow and green mix is just pleasing to look at, and I like the goggles on the front. Unfortunately though, this is another one that's not based on a specific character. I would have liked to see a Zelda or Ganondorf outfit, considering Link himself is already on the roster. 31 Daisy outfit, and 30 Peach outfit. Both of these are basically the same thing, so they should be back to back. Obviously, Daisy and Peach are both playable characters, so they have the why ever wear this issue. I do like how they have an added crown on top of their helmet though. It helps make them stand out from the default look. Now I normally prefer Daisy, I mean who wouldn't, but I think in this case the pink looks a bit nicer. The gold bit at the front to represent Peach's hair is not only more fitting since she's blonde, but also sticks out more on the pink. I would still say these two are incredibly close quality wise though. 29 Wiggler outfit. Once again we have another outfit based on a character in the roster, although I honestly forgot they added him as DLC while putting this list together. I like that this gets the flower on his head to make the helmet a bit more unique here. Being a DLC costume, this also gets a unique tricking animation, though like Toadette, it's just meant to mimic one of Wiggler's animations. I think it would have been cool if they went further with the references by having the suit turn red whenever Wiggler gets hit to represent his intense rage. 28. Parabitty-Bud outfit. Taking a small break from characters on the roster, we instead have a character that was carved into a cart instead. I can't imagine there are many people dying to play as a Bitty-Bud, so this costume reference isn't that interesting. The outfit itself is also extremely generic, but at least the helmet looks pretty solid. This is another DLC costume, which means we get an exclusive trick, this time having the Mii flap in place. In all honesty, it looks a bit weird, but I appreciate them trying, I guess. 27. Clown Car outfit. Very similar story for this one. The clown car is also a cart in this game, but since it's more iconic than the Bitty-Buds, its reference is slightly better. The outfit itself is also designed to be like the sky, which I think is kind of a cute idea. As for the trick animation here, it's quite similar to the last one, but the Mii spins around while doing it. So overall, I think this is just an improvement over the Bitty-Bud. 26. Yoshi outfit. Alright, back to our character outfits. Yoshi is obviously another guy that's just on the playable roster. In fact, he's on it 9 times with his different colors. Again, I would have liked if the Mii costume itself would change colors, but it is what it is, I guess. The reason this is higher than some of the other character-based costumes is just because I like the shape of the helmet. It had to be a bit more of a unique shape to fit Yoshi's massive sniffer. 25. Birdo outfit. Now normally I would put Yoshi higher than Birdo, but she actually has the benefit of getting a unique trick animation unlike the Yoshi costume. To the surprise of absolutely nobody though, it's just mimicking one of Birdo's actual animations. So it's not that interesting, but it's enough to put it above Yoshi. 24. Wario outfit. While the helmet is certainly less unique than our last 2 entries, I'm just a pretty big fan of how it looks. Replacing the front with Wario's pink nose is great, and also throwing on the mustache is a good touch. Why is his nose pink? There are also ears printed on the side of the helmet, which you don't really see every day. Most of all, I also just really like the yellow and purple color scheme. 23. Donkey Kong outfit. I just think Donkey Kong is funnier. This also gets a unique helmet shape, but this time it's to resemble his hair. I think the thing that really makes me like this outfit though are the flame designs placed around it. That really makes it look like a racing costume, and I think it matches Donkey Kong's brown fur extremely well. 22. Inkling outfit. This is a pretty interesting take on a character costume. Inklings are already on the roster, so instead of just making the Mii costume based on them, the developers went a different route and made it based on a paintball suit design. I think that's pretty cool, and the helmet is also apparently based on one in Splatoon. While I do like the paintball idea, it's not really as interesting of a reference as one directly based on a character. For being a generic franchise-based costume though, I certainly think it did a lot better than the Zelda or Animal Crossing one. 21. Blooper outfit. Moving from one squid to another, this time we have an item being turned into a costume. Seeing as the blooper is pretty iconic, I think wanting to play as it is more understandable than the last few DLC entries. The white and black color scheme works fairly well here, and I also like how you can see the blooper's tentacles printed onto the outfit. The main highlight though is of course the helmet, and this is the first of its kind to have the reference printed on the back. There are a few like this, and I think that's a pretty good way to handle the helmet, since again, most of the time the camera is going to be pointed at the back of the Mii's head. So now as you raise, the blooper can stare endlessly into your soul. Oh, and he's also got a pretty cool trick animation, sort of mimicking how the blooper moves whenever it lunges. 20. Pikmin outfit. And we finally made it to our first costume referencing a franchise that is not otherwise on the roster. Now spoiler alert, the rest of these are placed up very high on the list since I think they easily have the most interesting references. But why did I decide to put the Pikmin one so low? More like Pikmid, am I right? Okay, I'm just kidding. I just honestly don't find the outfit to be that appealing or interesting. Yeah, the Pikmin on the back is cute, but otherwise the rest of it looks pretty boring. Sorry Olimar, I just don't think you dressed that good. Still, having a good reference means it has to be placed at least around here on the list. 19. Pokey outfit. I mean, who doesn't want to play as a cactus? I really like the design of this guy with the spikes being placed on not only the helmet, but the outfit as well. Now, the only thing holding this back is funnily enough the unique trick animation. I'm sure they were probably struggling to think of a good idea for this. I mean, I personally think decapitating the Mii would have worked just fine. But what they decided to go with looks like... yeah, that's just really bizarre. 18. Question mark block outfit. This is one of the most unique helmet shapes we've seen so far, as it's just a big old cube. The question mark block is one of the most iconic elements in the Mario series, so getting a Mii costume seems more than fair to me. I also quite like the question mark scattered across the outfit. Now I do have to say that I'm a little disappointed in the trick animation. It's supposed to imitate Mario's jump, which I guess is fitting since that's what he does to hit the question mark blocks. I just think it would have been a cute extra detail if a coin or something was shown coming out of the hat. It'd be purely visual, but I still think it would have been kinda neat. Oh well, no being rich for you. 17. Ice cream outfit. Okay, I would normally not be placing this so high on the list. The outfit itself is fine. I do like the unique ice cream helmet, and the striped suit looks decent. However, it's not really based on a character, instead being based on a coarse sky-high sundae, which I think sucks. But what saves this costume is its trick animation, and it's got one of the most unique of the bunch. Whenever the trick is performed, the Mii will actually pull out an ice cream cone. This is the only Mii costume to give the Mii a unique item like this, which is really interesting. They had to model an ice cream cone just for this animation, and I think that's a great detail. 16. Petey Piranha outfit. Alright, back to a character that's on the roster. What makes me put this one so much higher than the others so far? Well, for starters, I just like how it looks, especially the helmet design. Most importantly though, I just think the trick animation looks so funny on the Mii's. It's supposed to imitate one of Petey's, but on the Mii's it just looks like they're sort of floating there, and it's so bizarre. Honestly though, I think it's weird in a good way. Maybe this shouldn't be this high up, but I thought it was funny. 15. Cheep Cheep outfit. Cheep Cheeps are one of the most iconic Mario enemies, so giving them a costume is pretty fair. I think the helmet design fits absolutely perfectly here, and while the outfit isn't anything too special, I do think the trick animation makes up for for it. The Mii will just swim around over top of their cart, which not only fits, but is pretty funny. Speaking of aquatic costumes, 14 dolphin outfit. While not nearly as iconic as the Cheep Cheep, I think I personally like the dolphins more. The blue color scheme on this outfit looks a bit nicer to me, and I think the dolphin fin looks great on top of the helmet as well. Just like the Cheep Cheep, this outfit also swims around for its trick animation, but this time they go in a bit of a circle, which makes the animation look more interesting. You could go either way on which outfit you prefer between these two, but I'm definitely leaning dolphin. 13 Goomba outfit. Being the most iconic generic Mario enemy, it makes complete sense for it to get its own costume. This is another example of the helmet staring back into your soul, which I think works best to sell the Goomba reference. That's especially the case with the trick animation. Now at first this may seem like a really weird choice, just having the Mii shuffle their hands around a little bit. However, it's actually meant to represent how a Goomba walks in the games, which I think is a brilliant decision. 12 Bowser outfit and 11 Dry Bowser outfit. We have made it to our two final costumes based on characters in the roster. The reason these two are so much higher than the others is because they look cool. The black color scheme fits so well on both of these, and the helmet design with the horns and mohawk goes incredibly hard. You could honestly put this on any Mii you want to look cool, it's not even that tied to either Bowser. As for why I like Dry Bowser more, not only do I appreciate the unique skeleton printing on the outfit, but he also gets his own unique trick animation. This is meant to mimic one of Dry Bowser's of course, so I think it's pretty good. 10 Castle outfit. Okay, I don't know why, but I just think the idea of placing a whole castle on your head as a helmet is really funny. Yeah, it doesn't look cool like the Bowser duo, but it looks so stupid that I can't help but love it. Obviously, this castle is designed after the one seen at the end of many Mario levels, which does make them fairly iconic. I also like how the brick pattern continues down onto the suit itself. For the trick animation, it's meant to replicate Mario holding onto the flagpole, which is a perfectly fitting reference as again, that's where you would likely see these castles. 9 Chain Chomp outfit. This is a costume I was not expecting to like as much as I did. Obviously, the Chain Chomp is a pretty well-known Mario enemy, and I think its design translates over fairly well to a Mii costume. I love the black and red color scheme, and it's a perfect fit having the Chain Chomp head stare back into the camera. I also love how there's a chain connected to the collar as well. That's a really nice touch. But my favorite part is easily the trick animation because it's basically just a jump scare. It's meant to reference to the Chain Chomp's lunge at the player, and I can't think of a better fit. 8 Moo Moo outfit. And for our final DLC costume, we got one based on the Moo Moos. I love the look of this thing. The helmet is not only a great fit, but the outfit itself is pretty good too. It's even got the Moo Moo tail attached. Now I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that would put this at number 1, and there's one simple reason for that. It's definitely the most iconic of these animations, which I think makes it my favorite DLC costume. However, the remaining 7 get a massive advantage, most of the others do not. These all represent characters from franchises that are not on the roster at all. That makes them easily the most usable outfits, as you might want to play as your favorite character. Yeah, they don't get unique tricking animations, but the references are more than enough to carry these. Starting out, we have 7 Fox outfit. This is meant to resemble Fox from Star Fox. I said Fox way too many times. They did a fantastic job translating him over. The helmet is shaped after his head, and the colors match up perfectly. Now sadly, I don't own this costume because my Fox amiibo just won't work. 6 Samus outfit. Samus of course comes from the Metroid franchise, and I think her outfit, especially her helmet, works great in a racing setting. Now for the most part this is really well done, but I do have to criticize one thing. Both of her gloves here are blue to represent her arm cannon, but realistically only one of them should be blue. It's not that big of a deal, I just thought it was worth pointing out. Otherwise this costume is fantastic. 5 Mega Man outfit. This is our first third-party Mii costume we have to talk about. Not only did they do Nintendo characters, but 3 non-Nintendo guys got to join in on the fun too. Mega Man is a great fit, and just like Samus, I think it fits over a racer pretty well. Since they both have helmets in their home games, it makes perfect sense for them to carry that over here. The reason I like this more than Samus is because I think I like the blue more, it being a third party is cool, and he doesn't have that arm cannon issue. 4 Sonic outfit. If any third party character was gonna get a costume, of course it had to be this guy. Sonic is all about going fast, so he could not be a better fit. I like how the helmet is shaped to look like his head, and his outfit is designed to look like a racer suit using Sonic's color scheme. I really wish they decided to do unique trick animations all the way back when these came out. I would have loved to see the Mii squish into a ball or something. But beside that, I think they translated him over the best way they possibly could have. 3 Pac-Man outfit. For the final third-party costume, the Pac is back. He's actually the only one of these 7 characters to have been playable in a previous Mario Kart game, though it's an arcade game so it barely counts. I really like the approach they took with this design. Instead of it just being Pac-Man, the entire outfit is designed to be sort of like a Pac-Man maze. This not only makes it look fantastic, but the design is even animated to make it one of the best costumes to look at in the entire game. The gloves and boots are also taken straight from Pac-Man himself. I think they really went above and beyond with this one. 2 Kirby outfit. Back to our Nintendo characters, we have the costume I used to use on the Wii U, because I couldn't play as Dry Bones. The reason I like this one so much is purely because of the helmet. This is another one to have the character looking into the camera, but this time it's Kirby, so it's automatically adorable. On the front side of the helmet are also some star-shaped goggles, which I think look great too. The outfit also fits the racing theme nicely, having a lot of white stripes. I'm not really sure if people will agree with me liking this so much, but I think it's certainly worth placing super high on the list. But for number 1, we have the Captain Falcon outfit. I mean, come on, who else could it be? This guy just straight up is a racer in his home series, so obviously his outfit is a perfect fit. It's also nice having this considering there are 2 F-Zero tracks and the Blue Falcon as a cart. I really think he just should be a playable character, but for now, I think we can settle with this. I've always loved Falcon's design, especially the helmet, which looks so good with the visor going over the Mii's eyes. So for that, I think Captain Falcon can easily place as my favorite Mii costume in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But anyways, that's it for this video. Are you a big default light blue Mii fan and hate me for putting it in last place? Let me know in the comments. I know this video is on the shorter end, but hopefully it was still enjoyable for you all to watch. Good news too, I've actually reached the halfway mark in editing the 200k special. I'm really looking forward to when it finally releases. But anyways, dry bones for Smash, and I'll see you guys next time.